Good evening. We're going to jump right in with the Amazing Race Review Show, episode 4. And the show was entitled Everyone's an Artist. Again, this is a review show of season 34's episode 4. And I'm your host, Darryl Brackeen from BrackeenTV. And we have had an amazing race to occur today with a lot of drama. I just kind of want to get to it because I'm a little bit thrown off by quite a bit of what I saw today. But before we do that, I would like to welcome in our special co-host, who may be even permanent. I don't know. He's got to accept that. Mr. Stephen A. Cousin Jr.
Well, boys at it again. You know, you felt that fire, that intensity at the end. How, hey, they try to win it every single leg. So salute to them, boy. I tell you, they got it.
I already knew that was coming. I already knew it was coming. So we missed last week, and of course, you could have had your props last week for their win too. We'll jump right into that shortly, but before we do, I'll give a quick summary. Basically, we find ourselves in Italy this week, and I'm not going to get into my opinion just yet about the challenges, but the bottom line is it was a lot about art and fashion and so on. This wasn't an elimination round, and I feel like a lot of people were trying to eliminate themselves. That's what it felt like today. So
I didn't feel that way. I didn't see that, like, people trying to eliminate themselves. One team in particular, yeah, but you know, everybody else, they really did try to win.
That's true. I think there's two groups. We'll get to it. So actually, this is go for it, right? So, so let's get the eliminated out of the way first. So here we go. That's everyone. That's the original happy group. Yay. All right. So, of course, first week elimination, Asaf and Nina. And then we had the week after that, Tim and Rex. They were eliminated. The newlyweds, Glenda and Luamba, they continued in the race. They dodged an elimination round, which was quite a surprise, but not a surprise because if you know how the show is run behind the scenes, you know that followers are important, and I think they have a pretty big following on social media. So you want to keep the people that are popular around. And then, of course, we'll start with, I guess, the people that didn't get a lot of airtime. And for some reason, Abby and Will just does not really get highlighted a lot. So you have any thoughts about them?
Oh, they got the job done. You know, hey, mega leg, this time people were racing like 12 hours straight. So, hey, they got through it. Hats off to them. They still one step closer to getting that engagement ring or, that wedding fund, whatever they're calling it. So kudos to them.
Agreed. I just really, I think they might be playing the game the right way. Keep your head down. Don't rock the boat, and just keep getting into the middle until people start noticing your strengths.
Well, I think that, given that you don't have, like safe passage, what have you, where every round is elimination, the goal right now, the mindset has to shift where you don't want to come in last.
Right.
And hey, as long as you're ahead of somebody, you know what, you feel comfortable where you're at, and you hopefully can make up ground as you move along. So I think right now, don't finish last, and then when it starts dwindling down with teams, then you shift your mindset to making sure that hey, now we out to win it. So I think they have a good strategy, just trying to stay in the middle of the pack. Don't try to break away. Don't try to get too far behind. I'm impressed.
Agreed. And I think honestly, some of these groups really need to take onto that strategy. Aubrey and David, I believe they are the married couple, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe. I mean, listen, they were fine. They got through. I think they came in what, third? Um, in this
Yeah.
leg.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, they getting the job done. They apparently looks like they didn't have a stick shift car, this particular leg. So that made a difference for them. So much respect.
Agreed. Derek and Claire.
Yeah, they're
Where were
gonna
they
fight
this
each other
episode?
eventually.
Hmm?
They're gonna fight each other eventually. It's coming.
I didn't really see much of them today.
Nah, they were there. See, what happened is, if you notice about them, if she has to do the challenges, they're going to get way behind. But hey, if he does them, he actually knows how to navigate it. Now, granted, she's been doing a lot more, but hey, when he's in there, he gets the job done. So we
Right.
clearly know who's pulling that team along. But hey, we'll see what happens next week.
Absolutely. And by the way, the name of the first challenge was "Who Wants a Chiseled Body?" And of course, they were chiseling away at a stone block, which apparently took an hour or so for some teams, hour and a half or more. Um, so it seemed pretty time consuming, that first challenge.
Man, listen, it was a 12-hour day. Remember, mega leg. We even talked about last week. So, hey, for them to actually really have the strength to drive to 2 different cities in the same country, I gotta give it to them.
Absolutely. Now, this next team,
Yo, they breezed through it.
it was the sleeper team, and I think pretty early on, I didn't give a prediction, but I did look favorably
Nah,
at
you put everybody in your top five, and they
them.
are one of them. So I will give you props where you said don't sleep on them. I slept on them, but from last week to this week, I mean, they breezed through every single challenge. I mean, from putting the Ducati together, doing like the science class, even the challenges tonight. Like she was able to figure it out in terms of, hey, I know they're not expecting us to chisel this thing out. So when she said it has to be inside here, for her to figure that out, like, hey, I'm impressed. They really came to play. They surprised me. They a dangerous team. Got a
Yeah.
photographic memory for the eye, the fashion. You know,
Mhm.
hey, we ain't worried about it. We got this, got that out in one take. Hey, listen, the brothers and them two, those my top two right now.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, they
wow.
moved up. They moved up. They showed me
Okay.
something these past 2 weeks. They showed me something. They got photographic memories. I mean, think about it. They never put a motorcycle together. All they had to do was just watch the dude do it, and they said, "This is pretty easy." They
Hmm.
really breezed through all 4 challenges.
Right.
I mean, they didn't have to go back into science class. Yeah, we got that. They ain't have to really when they did Ducati. Yeah, we're okay. When they did the chisel, yeah, we got that. In the fashion, hey,
Yep.
they got
Agreed.
it.
So I'm gonna move up my top five to top three.
Oh, there we go. There it is. All
All
right.
right. So I'm actually gonna land them in my top three, and I'm gonna ride that horse until the end.
There
I'm
you go. You
wrong,
might as well. That's a good horse to ride, though. It's a
if
good
I'm
horse.
wrong, I believe they're going to be in the top three. They have the storyline, they have the following. They even in the beginning, a few episodes, they tried to show their differences and highlight their differences because, of course, they didn't know each other over a year ago. So now they're just they're claiming to have learned each other, but I have a feeling they did some background work before they showed up to this show.
I'm telling you right now, that is a team to be reckoned with. I'm they figured out the map reading. They ready. They ready.
And I strongly agree. And of course, they were the number one team in this episode, and they won a trip to Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
I
see,
heard.
here's the thing about the trips, though. Can I be real with you?
All right.
I love the all expense paid trip, to go to Sydney, Australia. That's great. But why you gotta map out my itinerary? I don't want to go hiking. I don't want to do the Aussie barbecue. I don't want to do nothing. Can I just chill? I was going to just be in my hotel room and look at new scenery. I do not need an itinerary. I hate when they do that.
That's so true. It's like, well, if I didn't want to do something, what are they going to penalize you?
I don't want to go hiking. Who wants to hike? The only thing that sounded interesting was going on that river cruise. That was it.
Right.
But don't play. I hate. What's the point on going on vacation when every minute is planned out? I hate that. I'm on vacation for a reason to do what I feel like. Wake up late, room service, look at scenery. I don't want to do nothing. I want to be in my bed all day chilling. That's a vacation to me.
Well, I like to plan as I go. I'll put it that way.
Ain't planning nothing.
I'll wake up that morning and all right, let's get something going. Planning this far in advance, no way. I would never do that.
I ain't planning nothing when I wake up in the morning. Listen, you're on your own. I'm on my own. All right. Now, if we happen to do something together, that's something different, maybe. But no, I want to do what I want to do on vacation.
I don't know. That's a far flight, though. Going to Sydney, Australia, and not plan something. I don't know. I know I can't do it. I'm slightly.
I'll do it all day long. I'll do it all day long. Yes, I would have no shame in it. But that's why my wife do not like traveling with me now, because she's the complete opposite. She knows once I'm put, I'm good. Leave me alone. Give me a TV. Give me some room service. Give me a nice view, and I'm good for 5 days.
That's no fun.
Plenty of fun for me.
Maybe the first day I'll do that, but the other 4 I definitely need to have some itinerary. But anyway, they're going to a very highly itinerized trip to Sydney, Australia. Good luck with that. I have a feeling that they probably like that, but I'll save that for another day. I feel like they're planners. They kind of come off that way, to be quite honest. So anywho, next up we have drama.
Yo, I gotta be real with you. I love them, at first, but real talk, for them to have that decision to leave or stay, because she did one challenge. Her dad basically did all the challenges up until this point. And after the first challenge she had to do to get herself in the ball game, I'm done. I quit. I want to go home. You know what? I can't do that. I can't do it. Nope. I mean, your father doing all the driving. He got to do all the challenges. I'd be like, yo, what are you here for?
Right.
That's what you call dead weight. I'm sorry.
Well, she definitely showed her cards absolutely today. Now, you know me. I like to go behind the scenes on this. Each team has an assigned producer. And oftentimes show producers kind of put things into people's ears to kind of make, I'm not going to say they made this drama, but it felt really dramatic. How did she go from, I want to be here. This is a dream. My father-daughter team. We're at this. We're gonna make this work. Like, I mean, we didn't hear a peep from her any other episode until now. All of a
Because you
sudden,
want to
she
know
wants
why?
to
Because she didn't have to do nothing.
quit until today.
Exactly. I mean, like, hey, listen, her dad was tired. All right. Hey, I need you to at least do one challenge. And she said that. She was like, I don't want to do anything because I get anxious, I get nervous. But her dad needed her for one of these challenges. And so she said, fine, I would have to do it. And then, hey, when that piece of like her forehead came off, I knew she was going to explode. I'm like, yep, she quit.
Do you feel like that challenge was that hard?
Dude, listen, you put like this. When I first saw it, and they had to chisel, we thought they initially had to chisel it from that block of stone.
True.
I'm like, yo, there's no way they can expect them to be artists, but I would love to see what type of wiggle room they're going to get in doing it. And then when we found out that you could chisel it and the sculptures on the inside, oh, okay, makes sense. Great. Right. So even with that, you should have actually been feeling much better about the whole project.
Exactly.
Just be careful how you chisel it out. It's going to be okay. But for her to, get off like that and just literally just quit, my arms are tired, my legs are tired, mentally I'm fatigued. I mean, like, yo, we found out where her wit's end is. If she doesn't have to do the challenges, she's good. If she got to do a challenge on her own, it ain't going down.
What? That's kind of embarrassing. Like, why is that what you want to be known for? You came all this way. You showed up. You went through auditions. You went and did all the things to get here, and then all of a sudden you just want to go back to New York.
Well, I think, to your point about being behind the scenes, that's what they were counting on, and probably when they were getting an audition for this. They knew she would actually try to break and quit, and they knew that, hey, it's some good tension there. This is your father's dream to run with your daughter, to run with you, but you're not really feeling it when things get tough. It makes for great TV. So I think they're on that for that reason. They knew she was going to break eventually.
I strongly agree. I like how you pulled that together, actually. I can see the producer being like, hey, look, you have to do a challenge. Like, you have to do one. Dad, can you convince her to do one?
I mean, think about it. From most of them, her dad did the yodeling.
That's right.
I can't remember what happened in the first episode, but, from episode 2, her dad did the yodeling. Then they came back and, they had to dance together. And then, for the Ducati, he put that together. Yeah. The roadblock, did they actually do the cheese challenge, or did they? No, they did the science challenge. They did that together and memorizing the muscles, what have you. And now the only thing she did by herself is this chiseling challenge, and she was done.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, anyway, she made it through. I mean, look. Here's the last part that was just like, okay, clearly you didn't mean any of this in this episode. All right, do you want to go home? This is your time. You can drop out right now. We'll send you back to New York. No harm done. Do you want to do it, Dad? Of course he wants to do it. That's why he's here. This is his dream. Like, why are we questioning this? This is your opportunity to go. So just say you're done and go. Okay, I'll stay. It didn't really take too much convincing, to be quite honest.
Well, I think that, okay, so look at it this way. The couple we haven't discussed yet, but we will eventually. It had to be some drama in terms of who was going to be the final spot. All right, who was going to be the last one to be eliminated. I think they had to create that to give suspense. Because if that, oh, they were fine. Thank you for your service. Real quick, yeah, them. I am never going to a motivational speaker class with them ever again. Nope. I thought about signing up for one, see what they got. Nope. After this episode, I'll go to his, ain't going to hers. Nope, ain't going to happen. Here's the thing. That man doing all the driving. All right. Yeah. He said, I'm having a hard time driving stick shift in the last episode. We don't say can't in this family. We don't say they. No. Speaking to the universe. We're going to get there. He's struggling building the Ducati. She on the ground meditating. I believe in you, babe. I believe in you, babe. I'm sending positive energy your way. The moment she had to do the chisel challenge, I'm going to take the penalty. I'll take the penalty. I can't do this. I can't do this. They even try. Hey, let's do the 4-hour penalty. Then you're going to start crying and say, I can't do it. I'm like, wait, how are you supposed to be a motivational speaker? You're going to say, hey, you got on him about, hey, you got to learn how to drive. Say you got to pay attention to the signs. You got to multitask. You got to do one job. Nope, I'm done. I quit. They even put the utensil in the stone and she's ready to quit. What type of motivational speaker are you? I'm sorry. I can't attend her classes no more. Everybody should get a refund. If she were to lead a motivational class, they got to get a refund right now.
Well, you actually, you know what I think happened? I think she had like a paid gig she had to get back to.
Hey,
but this is the way out. I'm just saying.
I called it. Did I not say they were going to crack? Did I not say you that did. In the last podcast? I said, give it about 1 or 2 more episodes, they go crack.
You called that. You absolutely did. You absolutely did.
Ain't nobody that perky all the time. I'm sorry. You can't fake that. So, right. No. Nope. All that multicolored hair, meditating. I mean, I believe in you, babe. I'm like, the moment you had to do something, hey, can we just take the 4-hour penalty? We'll be okay. We'll be all right. I just can't do it.
All of a sudden. Yeah, exactly. And you know what I also think? Here's part 2 to what I think. I think they had a paid gig to get back to. And the other part was, I just think they wanted to enjoy the anniversary and stay in Italy.
No.
Just my thought.
No. You ain't going to go all that way. Why would you chisel something for your anniversary? No. You're going to do a mega leg.
Got inspired. I don't know. It just, I feel like, okay, no, you did call the fact that they were cracked. That's for sure. But Rich didn't even seem like, he would seem very disappointed in how she was acting.
Dude.
But you know what? He backtracked big time. He's like, "Oh, happy anniversary!"
Yeah, no choice. He got to go home to it. But you better believe it's going to be a long plane ride back home. And who was going to show up for their motivational speaker engagements now?
Exactly. But you know what's funny? I actually just checked their Instagram and Twitter, and they actually got a positive response because I guess they were generally positive. People felt they were very likable, and you can kind of cover up the lack of motivation in the challenge with an anniversary because everyone's going to just say happy anniversary.
No, that's all the more reason you get motivated because it is your anniversary. No, you get no free pass. You get no pass in that one. I'm sorry. And my thing is this. I can see if she tried to do the challenge at first. And then say, you know what? I'm done. Hey, I tried, babe. It ain't going down. But you ain't even attempt to try it first.
Yeah.
Before you said it ain't going to happen. You took 2 little hits into it. Nope, I'm done. I mean, like, and you coming upstairs already. I'm like, no. Anybody who paid money to attend their seminars needs a full refund right now.
You can do it.
Nope. Mm-mm. And see, that's a classic example as do as I say and not as I do. All
Wow.
right, that's just what it is. Hey, at least
Absolutely.
Rich tried. All right, hey, that man did everything,
Yep.
but came to her, nope, can't do it, can't respect it.
Right. Right. Now, I saw something that was very interesting in terms of a potential alliance happening in the show, and I was wondering what the actual benefit of that was to them. We'll get back to Marcus and Michael last because you know you gotta save the best for last, I guess. Uh, where are they? The cheerleaders.
Yeah, and I want to say, Quentin, yeah,
There.
Quentin and Maddie,
Yep.
and who else was it? That did it
Mm,
with them.
I think it was the first couple, the fiance, the engaged couple,
Not Lewis, right?
Lewis and
Yeah, them.
Michelle.
No, no, no. They were in third.
Oh, good for them.
It
Oh,
was the other couple,
the married couple.
the one that danced for Pitbull.
Hmm. Oh, the dancer and yeah, we kind of skipped them. They're in the shuffle in here somewhere. Either way, do you think alliances work in Amazing Race?
Yes, I would have done that too.
So, okay, it just guaranteed them what?
Easy. Four people doing the same thing. We're in no danger of losing. We're not going to win this leg. So why are we going to kill ourselves knowing that, hey, if we just work together now, get to the pit stop, and let's just start anew? I'm all game for that. I would have done the same thing.
As long as you stay in the race. I mean, that is the
I,
name of the game. That's
I
true.
mean, listen, I can see if, you're giving them an advantage where you tell them how to actually do something, as you're leaving. And you may give them a trick, what have you. But dude, they were done around the same time. They were like, listen, we know for a fact we ain't gonna win this leg. We're not coming in last. Why not work together and just get this thing done? Because we're doing the same thing anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. It's true. And I
So I
think
don't I don't I don't think it's an alliance. So I just think that it was just a convenient partnership for this particular leg.
that makes sense. And I think that's actually probably a smart move, even in the next round, because it's still a rather large group, to be quite honest.
I mean, put it like this: everything resets the next day. Um, but you know, if there is an opportunity to link up, I would definitely take advantage of it. But I mean, you could see, the sisters and the brothers. They were really getting to the photo shoots around the same time.
Right.
But they were clearly not working together
Mm,
because they were trying to beat each other to be
right.
number one. They wanted to win that leg. So, hey, given that that's where they were, these couples, we're good. Hey, we ain't losing. We don't gain nothing. We don't lose nothing. Why not just conserve energy and just rest up and go all out, the next day. Whenever we gotta race again, wherever we gotta travel, the next leg, let's conserve energy and use it on the next one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I actually want to take a pivot to the show, about the show itself. Okay. There is something that is really bothering me. And I really just kind of want to put it out there because I'm curious about CBS's decision to place The Amazing Race in the time slot that it is presently. and it seems to be front loaded with Survivor, their new release show, The Real Love Boat. Like there's a lot going on, and I'm just curious to know. I feel like The Amazing Race has been a pretty highly rated show. Uh, are they confident that the following is going to follow them later into the night, or are they trying to boost the late night shows? I'm not sure what the strategy is here. What do you feel about it?
Listen, I remember when my wife used to love watching the TV show Revenge.
Oh, that's a great show. That's a great show.
And I remember it going like on 9 o'clock, then actually getting moved back to 10 o'clock. And that's when you knew they were on its last legs. And so, if you're not really in that 8-9 o'clock slot, they're assuming they get more viewerships, the next day with streaming, what have you, and they're counting on that. But I think that the writing may be on the wall, given that they're not doing any elimination legs. I mean, all legs are elimination, and now their time slot, at least for the time being, is 10 o'clock. Because remember, they always got pushed back.
Right.
One time it started at 10:30. Then one time it did start at 9 o'clock. Now it's 10 o'clock. So there's no consistency there in terms of, what's going to be their permanent slot. Maybe they still try to figure some things out in terms of what works, or they try to give The Real Love Boat some airtime, giving that, hey, let's try to give this new show legs. And because they trust the viewership and the fans of Amazing Race will always be there. So, but normally when you're at 10 o'clock, you're basically on your way out. I think Revenge lasts about maybe another 1 or 2 seasons after that before they really, close it down.
I strongly agree. And Revenge was a great show. I probably should have did a whole review show of that. I was hooked. There's a few other shows that was out at that time period too. That was pretty good. But in terms of The Amazing Race, it's a family show, So it's like they're taking the legs out of the show when they're having it at 10 o'clock, when everyone's children and the families are headed to bed around 9. You normally give the kids extra time to watch the show in its regular time slot, and then you're off to bed. But 10 o'clock is really pushing it.
I mean, but does anybody really watch live television anymore?
That's a great point.
I mean, listen, I love Abbott Elementary.
Right.
And I know it comes on Wednesdays. I wait till Thursday to watch it on Hulu. So, even though I watch it, I never miss an episode. I don't watch it, the time that it airs because I don't want to deal with commercials.
Right. I wonder how the streaming numbers are doing. So I guess
don't want to do all the background work. You're supposed to have that information.
That is literally my job in the show, right? Exactly.
Yeah, you're the ones that I've been going behind the scenes, looking at audition tapes, trying to figure out producers saying what to what contestants. I figure you at least have the streaming data. You doing all that
work. Well, I guess we're going to have to bring up the streaming stats next week, because I just really was kind of thrown off by it all today. I didn't even realize it was going to be that late until much later. Actually, you the one that kind of told me that. But I just, I'm concerned. I feel like it's a strong show, but they take out its legs whenever you put it later because it's supposed to be a family show. So my thing is, if CBS doesn't want it, I'm sure ABC will gladly to have it and connect it to the Disney platform and bring it to the Disney family. I think it will work very well there.
Well, to your point, I mean, what's like their 34th season?
It is, yes.
So how many places can you travel or will allow you to travel? That you haven't already seen before.
I don't think they got everywhere. There's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot to see. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, and you got to remember too that maybe because they're just coming out of COVID and things are opening up, maybe that has something to do with that in terms of restrictions. So maybe it'll come back stronger, next season. But right now, maybe there's something that's trying to test out, to see, does it still have legs and can they still at least keep the viewership or at least the streams up, for the next couple of seasons.
Right, right, right. And then I was just wondering why they didn't launch the Love Boat, the real Love Boat in the summer. It seems a little more appropriate.
They were advertising it for the longest, I remember, but man, I was the fan of the original, so I ain't gonna watch the new one.
Great, great. Well, we put it out there. Be curious to know the whys on why CBS is keep kind of pushing things back. I'm gonna tweet at them and see if they respond. We'll find out next week, I guess.
All right,
In terms of
predictions for next week though. Who's gonna win and who's gonna get eliminated?
all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm you just gonna let me be that unfair and breeze by and just not let you have your victory lap here? Let's see. We gotta talk about the brothers.
Yo,
They're consistent. And you called that from day one.
listen,
I gotta give you that.
listen. You know when you have the heart of a champion. All right. Even Phil was like, yo, even though y'all took second place, you're still mad. Like, I don't know who y'all are. I mean, that's the fire and intensity that you need every single leg you're trying to win. And they put themselves in position to win. Like, no matter what the challenge was, like, yo, they got held up a little bit with the little chisel thing. They got held up a little bit. They got a little bit held up with the fashion. But, yo, listen, they were there from start to finish, from the opening drive. They were in it from, what they do to cheese. We even talk about the cheese run, carrying 88 pounds of cheese all throughout, Italy. And
That's
then
true.
for them to do the Ducati, for them to actually do the chisel, they're just a model of excellence. I do not expect anything less. I'm telling you, that is my clear favorite to win this show. I'm pretty sure they're going to set a record for how many legs they're going to win on this race.
Mm,
I'm calling it right now. They're going to set the gold standard.
mm. I think I'm going to hedge my bets.
Of course, you wouldn't be Daryl if you didn't hedge your bets. I'm all in with it. I'll push the chips all
I'm
the way to
waiting
the
for
center,
them
baby.
to fall apart, to be quite
I'll push
honest.
the chips all the way to the center. I'm all in. That's who I'm with.
So I'm going to go with top three. Actually, no, let me go with who I think is going to be eliminated next week. I want to say um, the Big Brother team. I don't think they're sticking around long enough. I think I think some pressure is going to hit next week, and I suspect they're not going to be able to make it. And it's mostly based on your um, analysis on it that Derek is always holding the team up. um,
There, no lies told.
so I think they're going to be on the chopping block next week.
I don't think it's going to be them. I got two teams to put my money on. Put my money on the father daughter combo,
I almost said them, but
and
I
I
feel like
put
they
my
were
money
faking it.
on the husband and wife. the tall one and the short one.
Linda and Lumbaba.
Yeah, they're on their last legs. Now, I think it's pretty much over for those. Out of those two teams, I'll guarantee you they're going to be eliminated.
So if I were to add a second team to my list of elimination, father-daughter team is on it. But I just feel like Derek, the Derek team, and that's what I'm going to call them. They just haven't been challenged yet, and I think the right challenge is coming.
Challenged. They just survived it.
Barely.
Right. They survived it barely, and I really believe that Derek really hasn't been able to really just take over like he needs to. At least
I don't think he will.
So that's why I still give him a chance.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
But I think that between I think Glenda and Luamba, I think they're the names. I don't know. I think that for them, they basically ran out of gas. I don't really see them really going past next episode. And even, the father-daughter couple, if Cherie got to do something, it ain't going down. So those are my bottom two. But I'm telling you right now, watch how those brothers respond. They got mad because they took second, and they were furious. Why is she going to blow everybody out next episode? They're going to just say, you know what? We got it from here on out.
I don't know. I will put them in the top 3 as well. So I have one more slot in top 3. I don't know. I don't know who I would give that slot to. I'm not that confident about too many other groups. So I believe the twins are set. I will
say the cheerleaders surprised me because they showed me something last week when they did that whole science lecture. She remembered taking an anatomy class in college, and she got that thing on the first take. I mean, that was impressive. So I still believe that there is still more that meets the eye with that particular couple. They still got layers. They're still waiting to be peeled back that will surprise you. I think that with the other ones, you basically know what you're going to get right now.
Right.
So I think that we've seen enough of Glenda and Luan, but I think, hey, they just barely hanging on, always bringing up the rear. They're trying, but it's just not suited for them.
Their time is coming
right now. And basically, the father-daughter team, if the father can't do it, it ain't happening. You can't. At some point in the race, you're going to have to rely on your teammate, your partner, to get you through. And clearly, we see that it ain't going down with those two teams.
Right.
So I'm calling it right now. I'm going to go. I'm going to give you a team. Glenda and Luamba. That's what I'm going with next week's going to be eliminated.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'm not going to get my
next
number
week,
one.
I want you to call me a savant. I want you to call me a prophet next week.
We shall see. But I want to thank everybody for joining us for our review show. Please watch us on BrackeenTV, on YouTube, and all of our other platforms. Once again, have to thank our co-host, Stephen A. Cousin, for joining us again. And he clearly is coming on with us next week and every week after that until the show is done. Right? Okay.
Well, what choice do I have? So I love the Amazing Race. I really love this platform. So just thank you for inviting me. But this has been fun so far.
Great. So please like and share, subscribe at BrackeenTV.com. And we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Later.